NGO AROHA and HCL Foundation present Video Tutorial in School Uniform Stitching. In this video, we will learn how to stitch kurti for girls. This garment is widely worn by girl students as a part of their school uniform all over India. Kurti can be broadly classified into two parts, which is the front part and the back part. The front part consists of a long cloth with hand sleeves on each side and collar ends on the top, a hook strip on the outside and eye closure strip on the inside. The back part of the kurti consists of an identical long cloth like that of the front, with sleeves on each side and collar closure at the top. We first take a look at the reference garment, identical to what we are going to stitch. Now for the template, we measure each part of the kurti and mark its measurements on a brown paper and cut them in the shape. Similarly, cut down paper patterns for all the parts. Now we start cutting the cloth for the garment. For the front part, we place folded front template on the fold of the cloth and trace the outline. Prick pins on the cloth while tracing projections to avoid movement. After this, mark stitching margins. Now cut alongside the outer outline carefully. Similarly, cut all the parts of the garment, leaving along the stitching margins and slit cuts as shown in the chart. This is how they look like: the front, the back. Two identical sleeves, two strips for the hooks, and eye closure. The collar, canvas strip for the collar and the hooks. Now first, iron the canvas strip on the collar cutout, leaving few centimeters from the edge as shown in the visuals. Now for the front part, take the front cutout and cut the center of front collar few inches downwards. This will be for the hook and eye closure strips. Now place one hook strip on the kurti opening in parallel manner and stitch alongside the kurti opening. Place the other strip parallel to the adjacent opening and stitch alongside the opening. Now invert the entire cloth and fold one of the cloth inwards 2 times and stitch the open ends of the folded piece together. Likewise, fold the other strip inwards and stitch along the open ends of the fold. Now match the ends of both the strips and stitch the bottom ends together. Fold the open end of bottom in conical shape and stitch along all the edges of the cone. This forms the hook strip. Now place the back cutout over the front cutout. Match the shoulder and stitch the shoulder part together. Unfold the shoulder and give it a finishing stitch. Now take one sleeve, fold the straight end of the sleeve as shown in the visual and stitch it together. Repeat the process for other sleeve. Now fold the sleeve and give it a slit cut to match with the slit cut on the shoulder stitch. Match the open ends of the sleeves with the sleeve openings of the kurti. Repeat the same process for the other sleeve and stitch it to the kurti. Now match all the open edges of one side of the kurti from sleeves to the bottom and stitch them together, leaving few inches at the bottom for the girth. Repeat the same process for the other sleeve to the bottom. Lock stitch the bottom of the stitched sides together. Now fold the open edges of the girth inwards and stitch along the open ends. Give it a finishing stitch. Body of the kurti is ready. Now match the center of the neck and give it a slit cut to match the center of collar. Now for the collar, we fold the canvas strip inwards and stitch along three sides of the canvas as shown in the visuals. Cut the extra cloths and unfold the collar, forming a pocket. Fold the extra cloths along canvas inside the canvas pocket and stitch along all the edges of the canvas, giving it a finishing stitch. Cut the remaining cloths and fold the collar to make slit cut at the center. Match the neck openings and center slit cut of the collar with those of the kurti and stitch together from inside of the garment. Stitch the open fold of the collar from the back along all sides to give it a finishing stitch. Stitch 4 hooks parallel on the outer opening of the kurti and 4 eye closures on the inner opening with precise measurements. Kurti is now ready. This kurti is widely worn by girl students as school uniform, and now you should be able to make one yourself by following as shown in our tutorial. You can refer this chart for precise measurements across all sizes. For more information, you can reach out to us through any of these mediums. Tell us how you found this tutorial in our comment section. Like it if you found it useful and subscribe to our YouTube channel, NGO AROHA, to be notified about upcoming videos.